your questions about rice farming in Indonesia. What things don't you know about? Put one down now. What's something you don't know about a rice farmer? What don't you know about? Who's seen rice growing? Everybody? Have you seen rice growing? Yes? Okay, so you know what it looks like. That's good. What don't you know about growing rice?
Is there enough?
Is there enough? What do you mean? What's enough?
For people to eat the rice.
We're talking about growing the rice though. Is there enough what?
Rice. Is there enough farmers?
Are there enough rice farmers? Is that what you need? Lots of farmers?
Seeds.
To grow good rice, do you need lots of farmers?
Seeds.
You just need lots of rice seeds.
Good weather.
Good weather, so you just need seeds and good weather and some farmers, is that it? And then everything's going to work.
No, we need like the
Field. What do we know about that? The land.
How big it is?
How big for what?
The land for the rice to grow.
How big for the rice to grow?
How much rice?
How much rice grows there?
How much rice do you get?
Oh, good question. How much rice can you get in a year? How much rice can the rice farmer grow in a year? Is that a good question? Ah, you're thinking. It depends on how big what?
The rice farm.
How big is the farm? Do you know how big a rice farmer's farm is? How many kilometers? Miss Agnes, how many kilometers is a rice farm? Interesting question. Put it down. How many meters? When you measure land, how do you measure it? Do you say meters and kilometers? How do you measure land? Is that what you say? Centimeters? How many centimeters?
Kilometers.
What does kilometers measure? Distance. Do you want to measure distance?
Square meters.
Square meters. Why are you saying square meters?
Because the length in a square.
What do we call that? When we're not measuring a distance, what do we call that? Say we want to measure this floor where we're sitting. What do we call that? How would we go about measuring this area that we're sitting on? What do we call that? It's a special name in maths. That's distance. We're not talking about distance here. We're talking about how do we measure this floor? What do we call that in maths? Special word, little tiny word. Begins with A. Have you done it before? Have you measured?
I have area.
Ah, thank you. Area. I wonder how big it is for a rice farmer. And, good questions too, how much rice grows in that?
Can be different.
Other questions about the rice? Do you plant it and then that's it? And then how, what questions are bubbling in your head right now? Yeah. How long does it take to grow rice? Good question.
If someone has 1 square mile of rice, how much would they grow in a year?
Fantastic. I hope you've written that down.
How much rice grows in a day?
How much does rice grow in one day? So if the plant grows, good question. Good wondering profile. What other questions do you
How
have?
do they get the rice out of the
How do they get the rice out of the plant? Good question. What happens? Good question.
How much rice is in the plant?
How much rice in one rice plant? Good question. Oh, I've I'd love to take you to rice field.
How long does it take to rice plant to grow?
How long does it take for a rice plant to grow?
A year?
Good question. Does it take a year for a rice plant to grow? A whole year?
That's long.
It's a long time, I know. It is a long time. Good questions. Thinking. More. Yes.
How about if the weather was very hot and there was no rain? How can the rice grow?
Fantastic question. Really thinking well now. You know why Miss Agnes is filming? Maybe Miss Agnes will explain. It's a special reason why she's filming you, asking you questions. Yes?
Indonesia is the #1 importer of rice. How come it's the 3rd consumer?
Interesting. Interesting question. Yes?
How many money do they get for their rice?
Wonderful question. How much can they sell the rice for? Yeah.
Is the rice farm close to where they live or they have to travel far?
Good question. Is the farm close to their home? Or do they have to go a long way? Good question.
Is rice hard to find?
Is rice hard to find? What do you
Like
mean?
in the plant? Because they have to look and see how
Have you ever seen a rice plant close up?
No.
Oh well, okay, I promise you I will go and get a rice plant just for you.